We're talking a lot about forecasts, and it's interesting with the idea of forecasting because it can be a little hard. We talk about it almost like, you know, kind of bookkeeping and reporting and stuff can be more like classical music, and then forecasting is more like jazz, and it's a different skill set. It can be very uncomfortable for people, or it can kind of feel like a novelty because it's like, well, you can't predict the future. But if you have some kind of a forecast that's visual that makes sense to you, even if it's really simple, when you're talking about being a coach and you're walking, with a business and they, feel like something's off or they have these concerns and worries. One of the best parts about a forecast is that you can do scenario planning and actually plan out your worst case scenario. So it's funny because we always think, oh, yeah, I could have a forecast to kind of see how everything's going to grow and all that. That all of us running businesses, we have fears. What if X happens? And the beauty of a forecast is you get to say, okay, what is this fear? What are you worried about? What's keeping you up at night? And actually say, like, okay, let's make a plan. So, okay, say this happens. Let's make a plan. And then you kind of take the fear out of it. It's like, what you do mentally sometimes where you're like, all right, worst case scenario, worst case scenario. But having a plan for that and knowing my business can actually weather a down economy for a little bit, or, we can handle it if we lose, if we have this much churn or whatever. So even as a coach, thinking about how do you dig in a little bit to those worst case scenarios, and how do you guide your client in planning so they get a little bit of that peace of mind in addition to the conversation of what if everything goes great? Those are both part of the same conversation.